Alright, this is my review of the Toshiba 32-inch AV502R LCD screen. I have this TV had this TV for about a month now. I got it for my birthday, and what I noticed was looking on YouTube or elsewhere to find sort of personal reviews of the TV. There weren't that many, so I figured let me do some for people who are looking to buy this TV. Right now this TV is about I think $350 on Newegg.com, which is where I purchased it, and it was about 20 bucks more when I bought it. Overall, really nice TV. I bought it for just like the master bedroom. It's not that big a bedroom, so I didn't want to get too big. I debated going with a 37-inch versus a 32. The 32, when it finally came, it felt maybe a little small, but you know, you get used to it pretty quick. 37 might have been okay. Would have still worked for a room of this size, but I'm pretty satisfied with the 32. So what I'm going to do with this video, I'm going to start off by sort of showing you the inputs on the back, just a basic look at the TV, how skinny it is, and from there we'll go into the menus, and I'll show you how stuff looks on from an HD source. Right now this is I think this is Batman. That's on standard definition. I don't know how well it translates from the camera, but it's, as you would expect with any HDTV that's playing standard definition, the picture doesn't look all that great, but the HD source does look pretty good on this TV. So let's go around to the back. My son is here with me. Say hi, buddy. Hey, you're so cute. Don't fall, get off the chair. Alright, so if we go to the back, you see the different inputs. There's two HDMI. And there's two components with the left and right audios. It's a PC-in, S-video, regular digital video, and the two left and right as well. You also have the PC HDMI audio in. So basically, if you're connecting your PC like I am, I have a DVI to HDMI cable, which is that blue one over there. You can also plug in your sound card into the TV, so it outputs through the TV speakers. And so the HDMI 1 port shares that audio in as well. It's also digital audio out, which is good if you have like a receiver you want to set it up to. For me, I don't think it's worth it getting a $600 receiver for a small room like this and having to start wiring all the 5 speakers around the room is a waste of time. But also there is also a analog out, audio out, which I messed up on my Newegg review because I said it was only the digital out that there was, but there's also the analog, which I'm going to hook up to some M-Audio AV40 speakers that I ordered for Christmas, which are going to come in a little bit late. So when those come in, I'm going to do a review of those as well. As you can see from the TV, it's pretty slim. It's not quite like an LCD LED, but weighs about 30 pounds, so it's easy to move around the house. Comes with a nice little stand, which I have mounted on the regular cable box right now, in anticipation for those M-Audio AV40s which are coming through, which I'm going to mount, just have them on the sides over there. So what we're going to do next is let me just go through the menu so people can see what options you get with the TV. Alright, I closed the blinds to reduce the glare. I don't know how well the menu stuff is going to show on there. Well, this is the remote control. There's some nail polish that my son managed to get on it. It's pretty basic. It's not lit. I don't think it is, does it? No, it's not lit, which could be a bummer, but it's not a big deal. Basically, most of the inputs you're going to be using are the input button. When you hit that lists all the different inputs you have: antenna, video, cable. So most of the time I spend my time in video 1, which is what's on right now for the cable box, and then HDMI 2, which is where I have my PlayStation plugged into. So I'll turn that on for right now, just in preparation. And outputs in 1080i, although weirdly enough, if you set your PlayStation to output in 1080p, the TV will say 1080p for some strange reason. I don't know why, but it can only do I, so who knows why that happens. So there, right now it's saying I. Alright, but let's go back to the regular menu. Okay, the menu is broken down to you have video, audio, some preferences, and like closed captions and such, some locks, parental controls, game timer, and some setup installation stuff. Most of the stuff you're going to be using is going to be with the video and the audio mode, so I'll show you those. Go into your preference and you have a sports, standard, movie. You can preference is kind of like custom. You can switch it to whatever you want. I think that's what I have it on right now. There's picture settings. You can mess with your contrast, backlight. Dynalight is the dynamic lighting. There's dynamic lighting and dynamic contrast that this TV has. It's one of the things they boast about. I thought it was going to be a gimmick, but it's actually pretty cool. When you're watching a movie, depending on what the scene is like, it will adjust the backlight so you can get the best picture. And I think it does a really good job. When you're watching standard definition stuff like you would on this cable box right now, sometimes it can be a little bit ambitious. Like if you're watching ESPN or something where there's like really bright colors like a UT orange or Tennessee orange, it's hard to see. I think it's a little ambitious, but I guess that's also kind of the case with most HDTV showing a standard definition feed. There's advanced settings, which is the dynamic contrast I also just mentioned. You can mess with the gamma, and you can adjust the temperature, medium, cool, warm. So that cool is the bluish medium, and the warm is a little more sort of like an orange type color. So let's see, let's go back one more time. Noise reduction. I've messed with these. I really can't tell the difference. I don't know, maybe it's just the feed. Maybe it works better with HDMI stuff, but then I don't need any extra processing when I'm getting such a clean feed anyway. Game mode, a lot of people complain of some TVs that have like lag when you're playing games. This is not I haven't noticed that at all on this one. The gaming mode is actually, I would need to turn it on. Gaming mode just puts the TV in native, which for the case of the PS3, most of the games are going to be 720p. And since it's already at that setting, I don't really notice much of a difference, but it's there if you need it, I guess. There's no lag. It's very responsive. I think this TV has like a 8 millisecond response time, so you won't have any issues with that. And then there's the different types of pictures. You can do full, natural, does it whatever the default feed is from the video that's playing. There's theater wide, which makes it a little more zoomed in. These three settings have it a little more zoomed in, but I prefer full if I want to use kind of all the TV screen without too much zooming in on the picture. Your audio settings, oops, let's go back there to go all the way to the top to move it over to audio. Audio settings are going to be pretty basic. There's the bass, treble, and balance. The quality of the speakers on this TV, I have to say, are kind of poor. I mean, you don't expect good quality on a TV of this size, but I was still a little bit disappointed. If you want to play music and you turn up the bass, which is a real joke, I mean, the thing sounds like it's about to blow. There's so much, vibration coming out of there. I mean, what you can expect. I mean, you look at the speakers on this thing, it's just those tiny things up front. And you've seen how skinny the TV is. There's no space for any drivers to give you any kind of thump. So, I mean, I gotta take it with a grain of salt. It's not the best sound, but then what do you expect on a TV of this size? I don't care what TV you find, the sound isn't gonna be all that great. What I would suggest is probably getting maybe if you want a receiver, depending on the size of your room, or some external speakers. Like I mentioned, those M Audio AV40s I hope would do the trick. I wanted something that didn't have like a subwoofer, but could give me pretty clean sound. So we'll see how that works out for a room of this size. Other the other audio options, you can set your PC audio, whether you want that PC import at the back to work, HDMI if you want it digital, analog, and your audio optical, you can make it just Dolby Digital, or you can do a PCM linear bitrate. I think is the best quality one if I'm not mistaken. The other stuff, it's basically the preferences. You can mess with closed captions, input labeling for what you want to label the channels, and channel browser setup. So those really aren't that important. They're just basic stuff. I don't think it should affect your decision about picking this TV. And like I said, there's the locks for parental locks for different stuff that's coming through the TV. I guess the cable box will feed whether the age rating or ERSB rating for whatever it is that you're watching, and that should tell you, and that should block out your kids. My kid is only 2 years old, so he doesn't even know how to mess with that stuff yet, so maybe later I'll use that. Alright, next we're going to go talk about, I'll show you the video from the HD feed. I don't know how well it's going to come out on this camera, but at least show you how the games, how like the PS3 looks, and I'll play Blu-ray for you.